Hello, everyone. This is Dorcas Chandler at dorcasgazelle.com. Thank you so much for coming to our website or visiting us on YouTube. We're grateful for being able to share our journey with you. Today, I'm going to get right into it because I really had this experience on my journey that I would like to share with you. Um, and I think and I hope that it will be something that is applicable to all of us so that we can continue to grow in our lives. And so, what happened was, um, I was sitting in the back of the church. I sit in the back of the church all the time anyway. And a friend of mine, he came and he was, he said, Dorcas, I want you to hear this song. And so I listened to the song. He put it on his phone. And so it was at break time. And so different people heard this song and they said, Dorcas, that song sounds like you. It sounded like my voice. And so, anyway, what happened was I'm not a choir member. I don't sing in the choir or nothing like that. But um, in order to sing the song, I would have to go to choir rehearsal. So that Thursday, I made a commitment and told them, that I would be there. And I went to choir rehearsal. They came and got me and everything. And so I'm sitting in the choir rehearsal wondering what in the world am I doing in choir rehearsal. But anyway, um, we go over the song and everything. And the choir is in the choir stand. And, I'm sitting in the audience on the second pew. And when it's time to go over the song that I'm supposed to be singing, which I promise you, I could not get the lyrics to that song for nothing. I couldn't remember them. I was like, oh my goodness, what am I doing trying to sing in a choir? So I had been listening to the song during the day and hoping that I could put the lyrics to memory and do good one time and then start singing it again and I couldn't remember. So anyway, I'm in this choir rehearsal and the choir, it's my turn to sing this song that I do not remember. They had it on paper and everything, and so I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, my word, what am I gonna do? So anyway, we started singing the song and everything, and the song went pretty good, but there was a lot of rough edges in it. And so then that next Sunday morning, um, we were going. I didn't know we were going to sing the song because I was saying to them on Thursday night in the rehearsal, are you guys going to sing this song Sunday because it's not ready? So they were like, well, if it's not ready, then we can wait. And so I was saying, okay, cool. And it wasn't that the song wasn't ready. It wasn't I wasn't ready. I needed more time to, remember the song. And so anyway, the Sunday morning came and they were going to sing. And guess what? They were going to sing the song. So now um, I need to change my position of where I was seated. And so the choir director had informed me that she wanted me to sit on the side. And I'm like, okay, sit on the side. And then that way I would be in the proximity of where the choir was. And so I could see her more clearly and everything. But this is my point. Um, and I'm talking about when I needed something to hold on to. That's where I'm trying to go. And so here I am now. I go to the back, and then I know, okay, before service starts, I need to go and sit where she asked me to sit. So now I need to go up this row that my walker, I didn't think it was going to fit. So because I'm so used to holding onto my walker, I'm wondering, am I going to be able to walk up there, or do I need to walk down the middle aisle? And I just didn't want to walk down the middle aisle. I don't like things that attract me, I just said, you know what, Dorcas, just leave your walker here. I'm going somewhere. So, and just walk up the side and hold on to the pews as you're walking up the side to the left instead of walking down the middle aisle. Because people were already in church, they're waiting, and we're getting ready to start. So I hesitated in my mind. And this is also talking about changes from within. Because I've held on to a walker since 2003. And I have did some walking here in my house and um, without my walker, and I felt really good and really confident. But I didn't know if I could make it to that pew where the choir director wanted me to sit because there was an area where there was nothing to hold on to. So here in the house, if I walk and I wake up and I'm feeling really good and I can walk, I got the wall or I can hold on to different things. I already got it mapped out. Okay. And so, and I have to feel like, Dorcas, this is what you can do. But I wasn't sure of this. So I'm walking, I get up and I start walking. My mind is saying, you're going to fall. Because I've always needed something to hold on to. And so, anyway, I have to push past what my mind was saying because I was very much in tune with my body, thinking that, Dorcas, you can do this. But the fight and the struggle was that you're going to fall. Dorcas, you can do this. You got to go up there any way you look at it. You don't even know the song, but you got to go. You're committed to it. And one thing my mom always taught us, your word is your bond. So if I tell you that I'm going to do something because that's the way we've been trained, our parents taught us integrity. If you can't do something, say something. If you tell somebody you're going to do it, do it. And so I get up and I start walking. And I'm fighting in my mind as I walk. And I'm holding on to the pews and I'm walking and I'm holding on to the pews. I don't have no walker. And so I get to the first pew. But now I got to walk where there is no walls. There is nothing for me to hold on to. And in my mind, it's like you're going to fall. And then the other part of me is, no, I'm not. I'm not getting down on the floor. So anyway, I begin to walk. And I didn't have nothing to hold on to. I just walked to my seat. I took my time and I walked. And I was so overwhelmed with just how God allowed me to walk. There was no walls. There was nothing to hold on to. But I walked. I'm talking 2003. I'm not talking about walking in my house, holding on to walls or holding on to things. Or I have walked in the church, but that's to the other side where that I have the pews and I have the wall. I'm telling you, there is no wall. I had to walk. So I walk up there and God blessed me. And then I sat where they wanted me to sit. I was just so grateful to God. Because the struggle that's in our minds sometimes that wants to hold us captive, because of the things that we've went through or because of the circumstances that we've been confronted with. It tries to paralyze us. It tries to keep us in bondage, in fear. Now, yours might not be a walker, But we all have some kind of crutch that we hold on to. Or I should say, I have crutches that I hold on to because I really don't know you and I don't know your circumstances. But crutches are things like that we hold on to because maybe it's drugs, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's people. It's just things that we feel like that we can't do without. I can't make it without you. I need you. I need that. I need that drug to help me make it on, to get to the next level. I need to stay in toxic relationships because what am I going to do without the crutch? And I walked to the seat, and after I walked to the seat, I realized I didn't have the paper. Oh my goodness. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And then my goddaughter came up there and she was saying something to me. And I said, hey, go back there and look inside my purse. And there's a piece of paper. Bring that paper to me. I needed that paper to sing that song. I said, hey, I'm singing with a paper this morning. I don't know what. I was trying to get my mind together because I had sat down and now I got to sing a song that I really don't know. And, I got to trust God for the whole situation. And so I'm sitting up there and I'm sitting by the organ and the organ is loud and I'm like, oh my goodness. When I get through singing, I'm getting back up and I'm going to walk back to my seat. And it was like, really, Dorcas? You better stay here. See, the entrapment. You better stay here because now the people are going to be in the sanctuary. What you going to do if you fall? And I was like, I cannot sit up here. It's loud up here. The drum's going and I'm going back to my seat and I'm not going to fall. So then I take authority over my emotions that's trying to dictate to me and keep me hostage in my mind. So the take that I got from that, when I got through singing my song, and I used the paper the whole way, and people were saying, "Oh, that was a good song." Yeah, right. And I was like, "Give me a break in my mind," But anyway, I went back to my seat. I got up when I got through singing, and I just began to walk. And I walked back to my seat. I didn't have no walker. Now, I could have beckoned for an usher to bring me my walker, and I could have got the walker, and I would have had to walk down the middle aisle. But this time, I was forced in my own mind because I didn't want to walk down the middle. So now I'm forced to do something that I felt like I could not do, which I could do. And then when I sat down back there, see, nobody knows what's going on in you. You are the only one that's knowing what's going on in you, unless you verbalize it, unless you tell somebody. And I didn't tell nobody the anguish and the anxiety of me getting up walking and, oh no, I gotta go sit here instead of sit there, and I gotta sing this song that I really don't know, and I had it on my phone and I was listening to it, but I still couldn't get the words. And why are you singing in a choir and you're old and you can't remember stuff like you used to? And I'm like, give me a break. So anyway, I pushed through all of that. And the reason why I want to share this with us is because when we're dealing with weight loss or situations in our life, because everybody that comes to the website, hey, I get it. You tell me I'm not overweight, but I come there. I like to hear what you're saying because what you're saying, it applies to me in some area of my life. I get it. But what I'm trying to say is because I have been so entrapped in my emotions because of my weight. My weight has always been the biggest hindrance in my life. I have multiple gifts that God has blessed me with, but I've never felt like that what I was doing mattered to anybody else. And so now, because I'm still exercising and I'm still eating right, and I'm gonna get this weight off. I mean, period. This morning I got up and I said, hey, look, you got to make some more decisions. You need to beef up your exercise. I know you get up in the morning and you do your stretches, but you need to do more exercise, and so that you can become more mobile, so that you could go ahead and do what you need to do, because my body is used to what I used to do. And that's the same way it is. See, with my walker, when I needed somebody to hold on to, or when I needed something to hold on to, my walker was always faithful. If when I walked in my room and I placed my walker wherever it is to get up in my bed or wherever, it always was waiting right the place that I put it the next morning for me to hold on to it. And there were times that I would be crying through the night because of pain and just anxiety and things that's going on in my mind, and just all kind of craziness, and 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 when I have to get up and go to the restroom, or when I needed to go into the kitchen, or when I needed to come into my office, wherever I needed to go, when somebody needed to take me to the doctor, take me to the bank, wherever I needed to go, my walker was faithful. So now what's happening is I need to be weaned, because I really believe that God is going to allow me to walk. I don't care if people don't believe it. Really, I don't. Because it may look medically you're not going to walk again. But it's not what people say. It's what God says about the circumstances of our lives. It may look really, really, really bad. Yeah, you may have a spinal cord injury. Yeah, but does that mean or negate that you cannot still try to be better? You may be in the bed and say, oh, I can't do exercises, and that's why we have exercises in the bed, and we're getting ready to launch something, and I'm not going to talk about it yet, but I'm telling you, I was so into trying to go to the gym, and I can understand now why God didn't allow me to go to the gym, because He have created so many things in me, and I'm dealing with people that need to do exercise in the bed because of low impact, because they got ailments, and they would never ever even think of going to the gym. And so whatever plight that God has us on, whatever your journey is, enjoy the trip. People say, Dorcas, something is different about you. It is. Because in 2017, I just heard in my spirit, I want you to enjoy the journey. I want you to enjoy what you eat. I don't want you just exercising just because you need to lose weight or just because you're in pain. I want you to enjoy what you do. And I mean, when we become satisfied, life will be so much better. And satisfied can have a lot of negative connotation, because satisfied can mean you're going to be complacent. Satisfied can mean okay, I don't care, I'm just going to stay here. I'm not talking about that type of satisfaction. I'm talking about when I say to you that I believe I'm going to walk again, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that I am trying to reach my goal. Now, this is the point. What if I never, ever be able to totally walk on my own again? Am I okay with that? Absolutely. You know why? Because I'm putting forth every effort that I can do. But I'm also have peace in where I am. I have a satisfaction that God, whatever your will is for my life, you know me, you know what I'm trying to do, and there's things that I can do, and I've said on several tapes, that I couldn't do before, that I'm doing, and I feel wonderful. And the lady that brings my grocery here, I order online. She goes, picks it up for me. And she said, you know what? You're a woman on fire. You're right. Because there is a new fire that's burning down on the inside of me. And just want to tell her, sometimes we're holding on to things when it's time to let go, or when it's time to move on to the next level, or it's time to just do something different. It's time not only to let things go, but some people will not fit in your journey anymore. And sometimes they will make you think that something is wrong with you. It's nothing wrong with nothing. It's just that some people come into our life, and I say it all the time, they come into our life for a lifetime. Those people are going to be there when they close the coffin. Some people will come in your life just because they come just because they're there, and they're for a season. They're just seasoned. God put them in our lives because they're the ones that's going to motivate us or help us get to the next level. And some people come into our life for a purpose. What is the purpose? I may say, I don't know how to get to the bank. Can you show me? And that person can point you in the right direction. And that's all that person will ever do. You will never see that person again. What am I saying? Watch your journey and watch those people that are around you. Because if you have people that are not speaking life into you, it's hard to keep on your journey. We need people that not only believe in us, but we believe in ourselves, and we choose to guard our journey with everything within us. You know, I'm getting up now, and so now what I have to do, I have to guard my journey. What does that mean? Not only letting go of the walker when I feel healthy enough to do it, but I have to guard my journey by saying, okay, now you need to get up in the morning and start exercising, because now you're doing more things than you used to do, and you want to make sure that when you get ready to go to bed at night, that you not too tired, and then you start slipping on your exercise, or you start eating different things, and we have to guard our journey. And the only person that can guard your journey is you. And you got to know how hard you've worked to get where you are. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, relationship, I don't care what it is. If you have worked on you to make changes from inside of you, guard that. Guard it with your life. It doesn't mean that you're selfish. It just simply means that I'm placing value on myself. So now when I look at my walker, I'm grateful to God for my walker. I still need my walker. I know what my body does when the weather is really rainy and cloudy. I know. But the thing about it that I just come to tell you is, oh my goodness, when we need something to hold on to, the person that we need to be holding on to is God Himself. Man, He will protect us. He will guide us. He will give us direction. He will put people in our way that are there that He have ordained to say, go ahead, they're rooting us on. And we continue to walk. I'm telling you, changes from within. And when I needed something to hold on to, find something tangible. Find something that you know is everlasting. Find somebody that will just walk with you through this journey. And I'm telling you, there's somebody that will never leave you nor forsake you, and that is God Himself. And I'm telling you, it's not only God, but God uses people. And I thank God for each of you that have helped me on my journey. There's so many people that have just helped me on my journey. And I say thank you. And I tell God all the time, Lord, I appreciate those people that you put in my life to help me. My niece called me. She said, Aunt Dorcas, I saw you walk Sunday. People are watching you on your journey. We cannot stop because of age, because of how big, how small we are. We cannot stop because we make mistakes, that we don't eat the right thing, that we slip and fall back into old habits, things that we've let go. No. Pick yourself up and stay in the race, because that's life. This has been Dorcas Chandler, dorcasgazelle.com. You have a blessed day, and know that your journey is not only important to others, make it important to you. God bless, and you have a wonderful week. Hold me, hold me, hold me, lest I stray. Guide me, guide me, guide me along the way. Hold me, Jesus. Hold me, Jesus. Ooh, hold me, hold me, hold me, lest I stray. Guide me, guide me, guide me along the way. Hold me, Jesus. Hold me, Jesus. Let not your heart be troubled, be troubled, be troubled. Ye believe in me, believe in me, believe in me, believe in me. Hold me, hold me, hold me, lest I stray. Guide me, guide me, guide me along the way. Hold me, Jesus. Hold me, Jesus. Let not your heart be troubled, be troubled, be troubled. Ye believe in me, believe in me, believe in me, believe in me. Hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me, Jesus. Lest I stray. Guide me, guide me, guide me Jesus.